Chainlink's LINK token price has been skyrocketing recently, and many of you may be scratching your heads and wondering why. Well, I believe it has everything to do with the announcement that was dropped on us on the 7th of August that is all about the Chainlink Strategic Reserve. Now, unfortunately, due to being very busy elsewhere, I haven't been able to make a video on this since the announcement. However, today is the day. It's a better day than any. We are going to be diving in to the announced Chainlink Reserve. We're going to be breaking down what this is all about. And ultimately, I think this is going to create a great supply issue for Chainlink. It's going to take supply off the table, but it's also going to introduce a real demand aspect to it. So you're going to be getting demand for Chainlink going through the roof as Chainlink is embedded everywhere, and the fees that are generated will be converted into Chainlink, at least a good portion of them, and then actually stored away. So you're going to get the supply issue. You're also going to get demand continuously be taken off the table. So this is exciting. Let's go to the horse's mouth and let's look at what Chainlink revealed to us. They said, we're excited to announce the launch of the Chainlink Reserve, a new upgrade centered on the creation of a strategic on-chain reserve of the LINK token. We will be diving over to the blog in just a second, also looking at how the reserve's going so far. The Chainlink Reserve is designed to support the long-term growth and sustainability of the Chainlink network by accumulating LINK tokens using off-chain revenues from large enterprises that are adopting the Chainlink standard and from on-chain service usage. So whether this is CCIP, whether this is the Oracle solutions, Chainlink, as far as the traditional financial world, has already captured most of it. Or most of the financial world that's looking to integrate with the DLT space. It's that kind of connective tissue. But in regards to the kind of crypto world, it's dominant. I think it's something like 86, 87% dominant in regards to certainly its Oracle solutions. And we're at a stage now where the full switch hasn't been turned, or the full embrace of this technology hasn't been yet realized. However, and that's inevitable, by the way. However, Chainlink is literally going to... If you're bullish on crypto, you've got to be bullish on Chainlink because it's an enabling feature. Just like Chainlink literally enabled. We wouldn't have DeFi really without Chainlink, or at least we wouldn't have back in the day. It goes on to say the Chainlink Reserve is being built up by using the payment extraction to convert off-chain and on-chain revenues into LINK, using a combination of Chainlink's services and decentralized exchange infrastructure. I think the conversion is taking place predominantly now on Uniswap. Anyway, we will explore that. Demand for Chainlink has already created hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, substantially from large enterprises that have paid off-chain for access to the Chainlink platform. With increasing demand from a number of the world's largest banks and capital market institutions, this form of paying for the Chainlink standard is expected to grow into the future as the industry grows. DTCC, Euroclear, Swift, I mean, everybody's using Chainlink. And you can imagine, again, once that full embrace has taken place, just the kind of fees that are going to be generated. We're already talking hundreds of millions. It says the reserve has already accumulated over $1 million worth of LINK from this early stage launch phase, which is expected to gradually grow in the coming months as more revenue is converted into LINK and placed into the reserve. We do not expect to withdraw any from the reserve for multiple years, and thus it is expected to grow over time. We believe that as the industry demand for Chainlink's unique capabilities increases, that adoption of Chainlink services will enable the reserve to grow further. It goes on to say, to make the Chainlink Reserve upgrade even more effective, payment abstraction has now officially extended to support off-chain payments for Chainlink and multiple on-chain services. The payment abstraction enables revenue from both on-chain service usage as well as a significant off-chain revenue from existing and ongoing enterprise integrations, usage and maintenance to be programmatically converted to LINK, if not already paid in LINK. The Chainlink Reserve is an on-chain smart contract on Ethereum that operates as an extension of the payment extraction and stores a strategic reserve of LINK. So what you've got is people can pay with the extraction layer with any native token that they want. There's going to be a smart contract that will convert that into Chainlink. I believe this is done by Uniswap and then ultimately funneled into Decentralized, you can see this is the on-chain revenue, off-chain revenue into the fee aggregator. Whatever they pay in goes into the payment extractor. The payment extractor goes to a decentralized exchange, gets converted into Chainlink, and then put in the Chainlink reserves or given to the Chainlink network service providers, depending on how this is split. So this is huge because it's going to increase a major demand for Chainlink whilst taking supply off the table. It's extremely exciting, all of this. It then goes on to talk about where you can find this. So since the $1 million worth of Chainlink, obviously this is going to be increasing due to the price appreciation, but we will see this increase due to sort of fees captured by it over time. It sits at 1.5 million. And what they plan to do on this in the future, we'll see. Some have speculated that maybe this will be used to sort of pay back Chainlink holders, or you get kind of a dividend from being a Chainlink holder. That would put it in maybe an interesting sort of legal position. But, we don't need to kind of go down that rabbit hole just yet. This is huge, certainly for the Link token. Major demand introduced and supply taken off the table. Chainlink Reserve, you can see how this essentially looks. It talks about hundreds of millions of dollars already implemented. We've checked this out before. Then it goes on to say, we were not going to read the top bit because we've read that basically in the tweet. It says the competitive advantage of the Chainlink platform. Chainlink initially established its market leadership through the invention of a decentralized Oracle network. It's the first time I looked at crypto and went, wow, this can be used for anything. You can literally incentivize honest data. And the ramifications of what you could do if you can do that are far and wide. It goes on to say, and its application to decentralized price oracles. Chainlink's price feed not only enabled the rise of DeFi, but have become the industry standard price oracle solution with 67.77% total market share, including 83.67% on Ethereum and $80 billion in total value secured. Today, over 2,000 Chainlink price feeds, data streams, and other Oracle networks are used in production by the industry's leading protocols across 60 plus blockchains, already enabling tens of trillions in value. So out of all of these blockchains, Chainlink's essentially abstracting value from them and driving that into the Link token. It goes on to say, after addressing the immediate need for market data, the Chainlink platform has since expanded in scope to provide a wide array of standards and protocols that not only power DeFi applications, but also provide the critical infrastructure and ecosystem connectivity required to scale the adoption of the tokenized assets, a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. I believe so indeed. It says today the Chainlink platform consists of a collection of modular, composable services built upon a set of standards, protocols, and infrastructures that can be seamlessly combined to create and execute advanced blockchain applications. It's kind of super apps, if you will. It goes on to say Chainlink is a unique platform where institutions and developers can combine different blockchains, external data sources, and legacy systems together while embedding critical compliance and privacy capabilities into the unified workflow. If you're not bullish on Chainlink, you don't understand it. You don't really understand this industry and how it's going to work. I honestly believe that, guys. People don't make Chainlink content because it's not popular. We do, and we have been since the start of our channel because we've understood how impactful this is going to be. I don't care if 5 people watch this video, as long as the message gets out there. You can see this is an illustration of what they're essentially talking about. It says, in contrast to alternative solutions that only address a small fraction of common application requirements, requiring a complex patchwork of service providers with different infrastructure security assumptions and economic models, developers can instead leverage the Chainlink platform to access all of the data, cross-chain privacy, compliance, and legacy system connectivity solutions they need for many advanced blockchain applications. With Chainlink's complex applications that span multi-chain, multi-asset, multi-jurisdictional, and multi-system are not only possible, but easy to create and orchestrate. Through Chainlink's unique offering, institutions can create these advanced on-chain applications that mirror the complexity seen in existing financial systems, but it's unified through DLTs, yet do so with more efficiency, autonomy, and trust, thanks to the superior composability, programmability, and reliability of blockchains. Through a modular and unified platform offering, Chainlink is uniquely positioned to power and benefit from the growing tokenization trend as more and more of the world's largest financial institutions adopt blockchain technologies to tokenize trillions of dollars of on-chain assets. We expect to create an acceleration in the adoption of Chainlink services, which are directly connected to payment extraction and the Chainlink Reserve. I just want to highlight this. People see Chainlink as a competitor to their individual blockchains. Stop being so competitive in terms or tribalist. Yes, all DLTs are not created equal. And it's very interesting that people seem to sort of combat Chainlink with their specific projects, whereas what they don't realize is Chainlink is a gateway for the traditional institutions to actually enter your project and use and utilize it. Yet they see it as an adversary. I think it's a lack of understanding in regards to what Chainlink is actually enabling. It enables access in a unified manner to the cryptocurrency space. It says how the payment extraction fuels the growth of the Chainlink reserve. This is the important bit. Chainlink payment extraction is on-chain infrastructure that processes user fees payments in Link and reduces payment friction by enabling users to pay for Chainlink services in their preferred form of payments. Payments are then programmatically, converted to Link using a combination of Chainlink services and decentralized exchange infrastructure. I think Uniswap is the one announced so far. Launching earlier this year, payment extraction was initially collected to Chainlink's Smart Value Recapture, SVR, to enable Chainlink's portion of recapture liquidity MEV fees to be converted into Link. With this new upgrade, payment extraction has been expanded to cover more categories of revenue, enabling revenue from enterprise integrations, usage and maintenance, as well as revenue from orchestration service usage to be automatically converted into Link. Payment extraction uses multiple Chainlink services in combination to facilitate automated operations, including CCIP, automation, and price feeds. It goes on to say, the initial decentralized exchange used by the payment extraction is Uniswap v3. Yep, I did think that on Ethereum, giving its liquidity profile for supported tokens and the fact it can be permissionlessly integrated by other smart contracts while minimizing centralized points of control. In the future, additional DEX services could be integrated to enhance MEV, protection, and support features like smart ordering routing. The Chainlink Reserve is an on-chain smart contract on Ethereum that operates as an extension of the payment extraction and stores a strategic reserve of Link. The reserve contract also features a multi-day time lock as an additional security measure before withdrawing requests are processed. And you can see this is essentially how it works. Additionally, 50% of the fees from staking secured SVR services originally planned to be used to cover the existing Oracle rewards paid to node operators now plan to be used to help fund the Chainlink Reserve via payment extraction. The core pillars of the economics, the introduction of the Chainlink Reserve complements Chainlink's existing economic pillars for creating a sustainable Oracle economy. These pillars are created or centered around user fees and operational costs. So we don't want to talk about sort of how the revenue draws or operational costs. This is huge news. And you can absolutely see that Chainlink's price, which we said is in an uptrend, and these pullbacks are just that in a broader uptrend. There's been no trend structure invalidation. It's been higher highs and higher lows, even if this one got close. You know, you're on the cusp of continuation. Personally, looking at something like this, these are going to be horrible lines, but something similar to what we're seeing with Ethereum setting up, and that real sort of, continuation being on the cards for Chainlink. This is going to put you in the multi-hundreds of dollars. We did actually look all over Twitter. I don't believe I did a YouTube on it, but it's certainly on Twitter at the falling wedge that Chainlink was sort of coming on the back end of. This is broken in a textbook fashion. You'll at least be going to $31 in I think the near future, the next couple of months, and then you're going to start more broader trend continuation or phase 2 continuation, potentially above and beyond. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I enjoyed reporting it. If you're wondering why Chainlink's doing what it's doing recently, it's because of this news. It's huge. It's going to increase demand whilst reducing supply. Every reason to be bullish on Chainlink from a fundamental standpoint, from a technological standpoint, and now an economical standpoint. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next one.